Welcome back again to Moving Cardboard. And we are ready. We are ready to plunder the Lonely Mountain. So, like I said in my prior video, my setup video, I've got Dane, Ori, Nori, Bill, and Bilbo. I've already got everything set up, everything shuffled. So the only thing I need to do here is go through these cards here. I've even got my coffee ready. Okay, so 4 stages. So we're going to start off with a warm welcome, and that tells us how to set it up. So again, I've got Smog the Golden here. There's another Smog set off to the side. Here's the Lonely Mountain with treasures underneath it. And stage 1B, well, I guess I should draw my opening 6 cards. 4, 5. Okay. This actually, this is actually a pretty good hand because I've got We're Not Idle. I don't need this card for a long time. I've got We're Not Idle and a very good tail, so that's actually pretty good to open up with. And all right, so I will accept this, and my starting threat again is 28. So in stage 1B, so one day, although autumn was now getting far on and winds were cold and leaves were falling fast, 3 large boats left Lake Town, laden with rowers, dwarves, Mr. Baggins, and many provisions. So we're going to skip the quest phase. So this is just us leaving Lake Town, getting up to the mountain. Okay, so I'm going to do my resource phase. Not skipping the resource phase. I grab this because it's easier to dig them out. And I will draw for turn a Sigil Minor. Okay, with no quest phase, clearly I'm going to play We Are Not Idle and draw a card. I just drew Feely off of We Are Not Idle. So I'm going to, in that case, I'm going to put all 3 resources on Dane so that I can just play Feely now. So I will play, even though normally I would not put them all on Dane, but let's play Feely. So I will get, yeah, I'm gonna blow up here. I'm gonna play Keely. This might go quick. Wow, this is because I have a very good tail in my hand also. So there's Keely. My gosh. Although, sometimes you have a great start and then it peters out after that. I don't know. So I did play a dwarf for my hand, namely Feely. So I'll reduce my threat to 27. Give all this a shuffle. I guess I could actually also spend. Okay, I'll play a very good tail. And I'll discard the top 5 cards. Let's set these aside. 3, 4, 5. Sorry, those stay there. Very good tail is going to go in my discard pile. Okay, so I've discarded 1, 2, 3. I got a lot of allies, but I didn't really get anything. It's kind of actually crappy. Because I don't. Yeah, that's actually kind of crappy. Because Miner of the Iron Hills I want in my hand in case I get a condition attachment. And that's 2 of them right there gone. Now I can play Gandalf. I might as well take Gandalf and Hennemarth. I mean, it sucks, but this Gandalf will stay with me if I raise my threat. I'm going to spend 1 on Bilbo to go, because I can spend 1 Baggins resource to search my deck for a treasure card, and I'll get, what do I want to get, actually? I will get, I'll get Bilbo's magic ring. Sting, I'll get their magic ring. See, that wasn't necessarily the greatest first turn. That losing those miners of Iron Hills, there's a very good chance that will come back to hurt me. And now I'll attach that to Bilbo, so that'll be my turn. I'm not going to play any other cards. I don't really have any. So I'm going to go on to my next turn. So my threat is back up to 28. And let's get resources. And my cards, I will draw 2 cards. That's the best thing of this opening, is that I'm going to be drawing a lot of cards. I got a Test of Will and a Dwarven Tomb. This deck is weird. I shuffled it. It feels like so everything's clumped still. You know, when you organize your cards, when you're looking at them and you try to shuffle. Okay, so I've got Hennemarth, so what we're going to... Oh, and at the end of my refresh phase, I should have raised my threat by 2 to keep Gandalf, so I'm at 30 actually. Okay, so what we're going to do first before I play any cards is I'm going to peek using Hennemarth. So Secret Entrance is coming up. That's going to be 1 threat. The first player, I have to... This is like a puzzle to get to advance here, but it cuts Lonely Mountain's threat in half if it is the active location. So in the staging area, I've got 2, but it would be 3 if I commit Bilbo. I mean, it would be 3 if I commit a dwarf. It would be 2 if it's Bilbo. And see, I should have looked for Sting. Maybe I can do that now. I will spend the 1 and he'll just go get Sting. I might regret this later if I don't have, because I'm going to need Baggins resources for this quest at some point. Currently I have none instead of 2. So what I actually want to do is not burgle successfully, or not quest successfully. I don't want to do a burgle right now. And I'm kind of regretting putting Gandalf down. I don't want my threat to go up that much. Alright, so we can play... I'll just play Dwalin for only 1 and lower my threat by 1. I don't draw a card or anything, but... And there's nothing else that I'm going to play. I'm not going to... I'll play Biffer next turn for 3. And so let's go questing. So I have to figure out how this will work. If I use Bilbo, that's 1... versus 2, and then if I use Gandalf, I've got 5 versus 2, 3. Well, actually 4. It would be 5 to 4 if I use Gandalf, and then if I use Dwalin, it would be 6 to 6. So if I quest that way, then this will come out, and I will be equal to 1, 2, 6, and it's 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I added something wrong. He would be 2 threat, 2, 4, 5. So I could do 1, 5, 1, 3, 4. Then I'm still successful. So I don't... 2, 3, 4 to 5, 5 to 6. I'm always going to be 1 ahead. So maybe don't use Gandalf. So I've got 3 to 1. 3 to 1. If I add the dwarf, then it's 4 to 3. Plus 1 for Balin. So use just Nori and it's 4 to 4. 3, 4. No, Sting. I put Sting on. Plus 2. I might have to edit a lot of this out. Okay, so let's figure out how I'm going to quest. So Bilbo's got 2 willpower. There's 2 in the staging area, but 1's going to come out, so that'll be 3 total. But if I commit someone else, then it would be 4 if I do 1 person. So I could do just Dwalin and leave Gandalf there. So it would be 2, 3, plus 1 for Dane, 4, versus 2, 3, 4. So that would be equal. So that's how I'm questing. And I'm probably going to just have to discard Gandalf as a waste. I'm not going to keep raising my threat that much. Anyway, so 4 on 4, it's equal. So if I want to travel here, I have to exhaust a hero, name a card type. Then I look at the top card. If the looked at card is not the named type, now I don't discard it, I just look at it. So that's actually kind of cool. I get to peek at this again. I get to look at it. So I'm going to name Treachery. It is a treachery, therefore I get to travel here. All right, so in my refresh phase, I'm thinking I'm just going to discard Gandalf. Because I don't want that much willpower right now. But I really had just bad choices all around. I guess I should have kept the Miner of the Iron Hills. So I'm going to discard him and just raise my threat by 1. And then end of turn, or resource phase next turn, whatever. Get resources, and I get to draw 2 cards. Okay, a Legacy of Durin and a Daeron's Runes. Yeah, I don't think this deck was shuffled that well, because I'm getting like clumps. Okay, that's a... let's play Daeron's Runes first. To draw 2, discard 1. What do I want? I'm getting lots of stuff I don't really necessarily want. I'd like to play Biffer, but it would be pretty awesome to play him when I have Legacy out, because then I get 3. So I might just wait a turn so that I can play both of these. Or I could just play, you know, Legacy now, and then, well, that would be it. I don't have any other leadership cards to spend. And I want to make sure I can, so I already know what this is because I looked at it. It's got Surge, put a progress token on Smog the Golden, spend a pipe resource for each one. So I might just, I don't have to cancel it because I've got the resource. So what I will do is, well, I would just use Dwalin for +1. So he's got 2 will, 1 and 1 is 2. So I will just not succeed nor not succeed. I will neither succeed nor fail. This will come out. So I will just go ahead and put the token there and then spend that Baggins resource. This has Surge. When Desolation of Smog is the active location, the first Treachery card revealed each round gains Surge. But that's okay, that'll just sit there. I don't have a discard pile for this. I'll just put it up there. Okay, so that was just a basic turn. So what I will do at the end, before refresh, I'll do the action to see what is next. Okay, so next is going to be these crows. They also have Surge. They're pretty rough. Okay, so let's do my refresh phase. I'll gain 1 threat. This is the problem. I've got too many resources on Dane. Maybe I should have kept Parting Gifts in the deck. And I'll draw 2 because I have 5 dwarf characters. A Miner and Keeley. Keeley's not useful for anything. Alright, so I know that I'm going to play Biffer for 3. So I will draw 2 cards, and then I will also draw 1 for Legacy, for playing a dwarf from hand, so we'll draw 3 cards. The other Gandalf, Test of Will, We Are Not Idle. Okay, We Are Not Idle will be very useful. I will play We Are Not Idle to get more lore resources. I'll tap all 3, put all 3 on Ori, and draw a card. Now the Daeron's Runes, I'll play Daeron's Runes, draw 2. I got a Protector of Lorien and a Hammersmith. What would I want to discard out of all this? Oh, I have Keeley. I can just discard Keeley. Okay. I've got a lot of threat cancellation. I think I have 2 Test of Wills in my hand. Now I'm at the point, I think this is going to go pretty quickly. The only reason it's going to take a long time is because I'm just being slow. I've only got 1 Test of Will, but I have 2 Dwarven Tombs. And I've got the Untroubled by Darkness. I need to keep ready with that. I don't know, I've got 2 Test of Wills. Need to organize my hand. So 2 Protectors, Hammersmith. Don't have a map, don't have a map maker yet. So these are my backup guys. All this stuff right here. And then these are dudes that I could play, but let's see. Well, I don't think I'll play another dwarf because I've already gotten something off. Oh, and I forgot to lower my threat by 1 for Nori. I don't think I'll play more than 1 dwarf around, but I do want to have lots of dwarves when I go. I've also got, maybe I should go for it. Let's see. Maybe I should go for it. I've got enough to play on, well, that would be next turn. And I've got, probably I could pass the Burgle test. I've got lots of dwarves. I don't think I'm ready yet. I'm close. Let's put... No, let's just put 1. I'll just put 1. I'll don't want to go too wild with it because I might not even get lucky number. Maybe I won't draw it. Who knows? Okay, so it's tempting to push, but I think I'll wait 1 more turn. 1 more turn would be my goal. So I've got 1 plus 3, 4, and I'm going to have 1 more, so I'm going to have 5. Coming at me, so I'm going to have 2 for Bilbo, 2 to 5. I tapped Dane, so he's only 1, so 2 to 5. Actually, yeah, maybe I should not have tapped Dane. I've already like drawn card. I think I messed up here. That's okay. I can just fail. It's not. There's no penalty when you fail. It's only if you fail the Burgle attempt. So it doesn't matter. So I can just commit just Bilbo. That'll be 2. And this does have Surge. That's my final decision. I'm going to commit 2. He has Surge. And I get Great Hall. This one is an underground location, though. Okay. 1. I've got 8, 9 to 2, so my threat goes up by 7. That's a little bit too much there. That's a little bit... He's going to engage me. I can easily defend here. I'll defend with Dwalin. Let's give him a shadow. There's no shadow effect on that card. And he's got 3 hit points, and so I can easily Biffer and Keeley, not 3 hit points, 2 with 1, so I need 3 attacks, so 2 and 1, so that's enough to kill them. I can't travel, but I would love to get this as the active location. Okay, so I need to kick it into gear a little bit here. Let's move on. Before the end of the round, I will tap Henemarth and then untap. So this is something I'm going to want to cancel. What's coming up is Belching Fire, which is he's going to make an attack against me. But he doesn't get a shadow card, but he will attack me. All right. Let's draw 2 cards. A very good tail and Untroubled by Darkness. I don't know about that. Okay, so I know I need to reserve 1 spirit to cancel. Very good tail. Do I want to? I don't want to risk throwing Lucky Number in the graveyard anymore at this point. So I think I'll just save this card to pitch to Protector. And I can let's play a Sigil Miner for 2 and draw a card off of Legacy of Durin from that. Steward of Gondor, it's good. And lower my threat by 1. Steward of Gondor, yeah, I'm gonna put it on Ori and get 3 back here. So that's good. So what I need to do next is I think I want to, if I quest successfully and clear this, travel here, burgle successfully, can I win next turn? Maybe. Possibly. I've got enough resources to play Gandalf, and I can get his Will of Power, and I can cancel anything. I still need, I've got enough, 1 copy of this next turn, unless I draw Glowin next turn. If I draw a copy of Glowin, I can put resources on Nori. Okay, so I've got, I have 8 before anything else happens. So I can use Bilbo for 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That would be 8, but now I have 10 in the staging area. So that would be 10 to 11. That would be 12 to 12. And this would be 14 to 13. That would beat it by 1. That would beat it by 1. So this will come out, and I'm going to cancel that with a Test of Will because I don't want to lose a dwarf. 14 to 1. That's 1 over. That clears Secret Entrance. And I'm going to travel to Great Hall. I quested successfully. I'm actually on 2B. I forgot to read that card, but I'm on 2B. So after questing successfully, place a progress token on Smog. Then make a burgle attempt. If successful, I take the top treasure card from under the Lonely Mountain into my hand. Then I may advance to stage 3. So this is actually going to happen before the travel phase, but I'll go ahead and put that there. So I'm going to make a burgle attempt. And to do that, I'm going to discard these cards until I find a card that says burgle on it. Okay, here we go. This says the first player shuffles his deck and reveals the top card. I can discard 1 card that matches the type and the cost. So this one's a bit difficult. But I've got a lot of cards in my hand, so there's a pretty good chance. I think I've got every possible combination in my hand in terms of what's in my deck. So I think I'll get this. And then I haven't done the math, but I don't know if I can. I don't know. We'll just see. Hopefully I get a Glowin in my hand next turn. that would be the best. I mean, a map maker would be fine too. But if I get a glowing, I can play. Okay, so anyway, a very good tale. Actually, I have a copy of a very good tale in my hand. So I just discard one card to match that. Was a card I said I wasn't going to play, and so there we go. So I successfully burgled. So we'll see what I get. Thor's Golden Cup. Okay, well that's probably the best one to get. So I get this, and this I think goes in my hand. I should have looked that up again, but it probably does because I burgled it. All right. So at the end of the round, I'm going to refresh every one, and then at the end of the round, I have to put a progress. Oh no, I'm going to advance to stage 3. I'm sorry. I'm going to try to win really quickly here. Okay, so now stage 3 is they debated long on what was to be done, but they could think of no way of getting rid of Smog, which had always been a weak point in their plans, as Bilbo felt inclined to point out. So I take Smog the Golden, set him aside, and I add Smog the Magnificent and a Bear Patch to the staging area. And in 3B, I need 20 progress on this, and I cannot win while Smog the Magnificent is in play. If the total number of progress tokens on this card is greater than his remaining hit points, he's discarded from play. And if I defeat, I've won, and I've discovered any treasure because it's successfully burgled. So I've traveled here, so Under the Darkness is, or that card is going to give all dwarves +2 will when I play it, so that's good. All right, so I've traveled there, so he's actually here now, so he is engaged with me, so I'm going to have to endure an attack from him. Who's going to take it? I guess Hennemarth will take it because I want to keep all my dwarves alive. So Hennemarth will defend this attack from Smog. If he's given a burgle, he makes an additional attack, hopefully. And unfortunately, it was a burgle. There's no shadow, so Hennemarth dies. That was the shadow. He's going to make an immediate second attack, which is unfortunate. Okay. This actually could be bad. Okay. That shadow card does not have burgle, so the Sigil Miner does die, though. Okay. I've got Feely, Keely, Biffer, and Dwalin are left. And then the round will end. I will raise my threat. And this says put a progress token on Smog the Golden at the end of round, but I have Smog the Magnificent. It doesn't matter. Okay, resources. 1, 1. And 1 for you. And then he's going to get 3 because of Steward of Gondor. 1, and then he gets 2 additional. And I will draw 2 cards because I have 5 dwarf characters. Okay. I didn't get Glowin, but I got Map Maker, so I'm obviously going to play. I should probably do the math here. That will let me draw a card. Another Map Maker, yeah. And reduce my threat back to 37. I don't need another Map Maker. There's no point in playing these guys because I can use these to boost his will, which would be 1, 2, 3. If I spent 2, it would give me +2 will versus just the 3 on him. +2 will because of Dane. I could play Gandalf to draw 3 cards. I think I'll do that. So let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, no, I don't know if I'll do that. Because the whole point would be the hope of getting Glowin to play him to put some more resources on one of these guys. But I wouldn't have enough. I'd only have 2. And I'm trying to not spend these because I can't spend those. I could spend 1 of his. That's spending 5 resources for 4 more will versus, well, actually it's better. It's better. It would be more will overall. So I will spend the 5 to play Gandalf to draw 3 cards. These aren't useful. I can play We Are Not Idle, but I'm not going to tap anyone. I'm going to just draw a card. There we go. Okay, I took all that. So I'll play the 3. I don't draw a card off of Legacy, but I do reduce my threat to Nori. I really should have done the math on this because I'm pretty much going to go for it here. And I'll put 2 resources on Nori. That's actually probably going to be enough. But I didn't get a lucky number, unfortunately. That's got to be enough. Okay, so now we're going to quest. We are going to quest. I'm going to commit everyone except for Dane because I want to get the global +1. And I've got an underground location, so I'm going to play 2 copy. Oh, but what if I get something nasty that I need to cancel and I don't have Hinamar? That's a problem. Yeah, I can't do it. I can only spend 1 of them because there could be something that removes everybody from the quest or something. There's that 1 card that removes everybody except for Bilbo plus 1 particular sphere. So I would, let me organize these guys by, well, it's evenly distributed too, so it wouldn't. So if I went all out with +2, that would be, basically they'd be 5, 10, 11, 12. How much would it be if I only had Spirit, for example? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I can pitch 3 for 18. That's not enough. If it's only 1 sphere, then it's not going to be enough. So I'm only going to do this. I can cancel that if that is the win revealed. So I'm going to play 1 copy. And also, I should play Protector of Lorien instead of using those on the map maker. Because that's only +2 will, but this is +3 will potentially. So I'll do that. And I'm going to play Untroubled by Darkness. I already spent it. So it's +2 for all dwarves. And I'm going to pitch 6 to Protector of Lorien. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What would drawing extra cards do for me? I don't think anything at this point, so I don't need to. Okay, so there's 6 cards to the 2 copies of Protector. So he's going to have 3, 6, 7, 8 right here. Almost need some dice. Okay, and all dwarves have +3 basically because of Dane. So 5, 10, 18. 21, and then 5 more, 26, 30. Every dwarf, these dwarves are worth, 30, 34, 38, 42, 46. Did I count that right? Questing for 47. Is that even enough? I don't think that's enough. I'm going to go for it, I guess, and just it's going to depend on what I draw here, because that would easily be enough. I'm only 1 short. Well, 2 short, actually. Okay, so let's resolve the quest phase. So they're all committed. When revealed, attached to the hero with the most resources. Attached hero gets -1 will for each resource in their pool. So that would be, well, that would not change anything. So he would get -1 will, -1 total. And let me pause and recalculate. Yeah, so it looks like I'm questing for over 60, something like that, because I've got, just using Dane, it's 3, 6, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 plus 4 is 31, and then plus 4 per dwarf. So I'm at 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 4 is 32, right? 32 and 31, so 63, questing for 63, which is blowing it out of the water. So there you have it. Okay, so that was, this quest isn't really all that hard, I didn't even get to do the Bilbo thing that I wanted to do. Now I did run the risk here. This attachment is nasty, but coming out now, so it's just 63 minus 1. So, because there are, and that one wouldn't have wrecked me. Where's the one that's, well, not finding, that wouldn't have, there's a particular one, maybe I've already, where is it? I guess I was perfectly, this one right here. Fighting among friends, if I had drawn that, I'd name a sphere. I would probably not have, I quested for 60 something, so I'm not going to do the math right here on camera, but maybe I could have still had enough. Well, it would have cut it in, I wouldn't have had enough. No, my quest probably would have been out of 20 something, and that wouldn't have been enough to overcome all this, plus that. And what else? I think that was really the only one that would have, and there's only one copy, so I guess I already went through one of the copies, because there should be 2. There's 2 of those. So I was a little more worried than I needed to be. I drew it first. Yeah, I discarded it when I was looking for a burgle. That's right. Okay, well, there you go. There's Under the Lonely Mountain. It's actually kind of an easy quest. Not that bad. So there you have it. Thanks.